Are you stuck in a third party dynamic? Well, we're going to do a nice long, slow you, them and them reading. So, if you stumble across me by some miracle on here, I'm Richard, aka the Urban Warlock of Urban Warlock Healing. I'm a divination tarot reader. I'm also what's known as an activator reader, so I'm here to wake you up to the situation. So, it's going to be 3 spreads. Now, I'm going to do it past, present, future. Now, I'm not sure if this is somebody who's single and kind of got options, or somebody who's with somebody and somebody new's come along, or it could be psychically spying on your ex. But we're going to do past, present, future regardless, and we'll see if we can unpick it. Please remember these are collective. Okay, now you can't get a you, them and them reading that this is this long via the link in bio. So if you do want one of these, message me. They're probably going to be more kind of higher end, fully loaded type price, maybe a little bit more expensive, I don't know, we'll see. But message me if you want one. Right, so the way this works, if you're new here, is it's 1 spread for you, 1 spread for person A, 1 spread for person B. Okay, now we're going to do past, present, future, just in case there's anything from the past that needs to come up. Okay, right, so we're going to start with you, obviously. I don't need to know, as I'd say in a private reading, I don't need to know how far it goes back, or if you know, if this is to do with an ex that's run off, etc. What the time frames are. That's personal to you. And as I always say, I'm a psychic, not a mind reader, so I'm not poking around in your secrets. Right, so let's start with you. So let's go for the past spread, and we'll see where it goes. You'll have to excuse me. I ate the rest of my lasagna earlier on today, and there was an awful lot. I tried to have a little snooze on the sofa, but unfortunately Doggy was being a bit licky and sticking a cold wet nose on me, so I didn't get a chance to have a bit of an afternoon snooze on the sofa. Well, I might as well. I've got no work on at the moment, so you know, other than doing content and lives on TikTok, you know, might as well take advantage of trying to have a bit of a snooze. Right, so let's go through this then. So we've got 5 of Wands, Wands fire action. We call this the fight or fallout card, because we're all having at it with the wands. It can sometimes talk about frustration. I mean, I do feel like whatever this connection was, there was a bit of kind of fighting and fallout, right? I've got a suspicion that this isn't for a singleton. Yeah, there was some fight and fallout, right? 10 of Cups, Cups, water, emotion. I feel like there's some frustration tied into it as well, I should say that. 10 of Cups, Cups, water, emotions, 10's completion cards. I call this Happy Families card. It's couple arm in arm, kiddies dancing under the rainbow. Talks about wish fulfillment on an emotional level. Hold fire with that one. We then got the Hanged Man in the reverse. So the Hanged Man for me is a leap of faith card. Left path, right path, stick, twist. Now I know if you're another reader, you'll be going, but the Fool's the leap of faith card. Well, yeah, it is. But the Fool has other meanings, such as starting a brand new cycle, etc, etc. The Hanged Man is always a leap of faith card for me, because we're stuck with a decision, okay? The problem is you're looking for guarantees. If I stay in this energy, I want guarantees that things are going to work out. If I go my own way, I want guarantees that something different's going to happen. I'm going to say at the moment, at least, until we get some other cards out, you were kind of stuck waiting, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to get cards out, and then I'll explain where I'm going with this. I've already got a rough idea in my mind. Right, let's continue. Right, we then got the Star card in the reverse. So the Star card in the upright talks about our hopes, dreams, aspirations, wishing on a bigger star. Now it's in the reverse position. You did realise, although you were waiting in this energy, that those dreams were starting to evaporate, either within the connection or something else in life. So that then put you in the Ace of Cups. Cups, water, emotions. Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this is about going, right, long term, what's going to make me happy? On an emotional level, what's going to fill my cup? Okay. Overall outcome. Chariots. So the Chariot card for me talks about either the energy around us or questions of should I do it, is the time right? Now, if it's energetic, I describe the Chariot as a bit of a juggernaut. So it takes a bit of time to get the wheels in motion, but once it picks up speed, it's going to plough through everything like a freight train. Now, for some of you, because these are collective, you would have hopped on that Chariot and gone, I'm out of here, I'm done. For others of you, it would have been a case of the universe going, get out of it, get out of Dodge. And you probably wouldn't have done, but we'll see. Right, obstacles or blockages. Page of Swords. Swords are where we think words we use. Court cards can be an energy within ourselves, can be the energy of somebody else around us. Pages are more youthful energy. Don't have the knowledge or experience of the kings and the queens, don't have the formation of the knights. More about giving something a go. This page is probably, like I say, it's probably going to be person A, right? Pages are like children. They don't want to grow up. You know, they act like children. This page in particular I describe as a bit of a Peter Pan type character. So it takes a bit of time. Well, if you just try, ignore me. A bit of a Peter Pan. I told you I'm very full. I'm very sleepy. I don't know why I'm doing this. They're a Peter Pan type character. They don't want to grow up. They make a lot of promises, pie in the sky ideas, never really come forwards. And the obstacle or blockage during this time is that you were listening to those pie in the sky ideas, despite it frustrating you, despite there being fallout and friction. You were trying to convince yourself, based on what they were saying, that this connection was your Ten of Cups, and you were just waiting, and all that time, those dreams that you have, not necessarily with the relationship, but in life, were starting to pass you by. So you started to reassess: is this making me happy? Okay. And then, like I say, for some of you, we'll see which collective this is falling for in spread timeline-wise too, would have gotten the Chariot and gone, bugger this, I'm out of here. For others of you, you would have been advised to get out of there, but you didn't. Right, removing any blockages. What helped you with that blockage, if anything? King of Pentacles. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. That's what we're investing our time, effort, and energy in. Just remember, kings are masculine energy, queens are feminine energy. In tarot, we talk about energy, not gender. Now, being that this is a tarot reading, the chances are that you're feminine energy. So removing any blockages would have you been going, I deserve a King of Pentacles. I deserve somebody who's solid, grounded, stable, earthy. So yeah, that's what happened with you in the past. As it stands at the moment, just on that one spread, I'm hoping that you did get out of Dodge, because you were dealing with the Page of Swords. So let's go to person A. So this is more than likely either an ex or your current partner. Okay, so let's just give them a shuffle and we'll see what comes out. So what was going off during this time? Right, so 8 of Swords in the reverse. Swords are where we think words we use. So we've got the lady there bound and blindfolded. You're probably not going to be able to see from there, but can't see her arms because they're behind her back. They're behind her back, she's holding onto the rope, she's holding onto the rope because she doesn't want to take the blindfold off. Self-imposed restriction. It's in the reverse position. They took some kind of restriction off to the situation and saw it as it really was. 4 of Cups. So they're the person under the tree there staring at 3 cups, stuck, bored, jaded, fed up, cloud hand cup, no opportunities. The problem is, in the upright position, we're stuck there, can't see the wood for the trees. Now, what it feels like to me here is, they took off, I feel like they took the restriction off to their behaviour. You were trying to offer them some kind of emotional offer, but what I'm drawn to on this deck, because it's X-ray, it's going to be too hard to see, but he looks really, really grumpy and pissed off. And it's almost like they were so focused, they were like, you were like, look, you know, let's try and make this work. And they're like, no, not doing it, not doing it. 8 of Wands, Wands fire action. So not the most riveting card in the world, this one. It's 8 wands or staves flying through the air. It generally talks about pick up in pace, new opportunities coming in, okay? Let's continue. Right, we then got the World card. So the World's the last of major arcanas. It means big cycle complete. So whereas 10s are ongoing cycles, the World's the end of a big one. So in this case, this connection. Now, they understood that it had gone full term, it had gone as far as it could do, and it was time to release it. The problem is, 8 of Cups in the reverse. Upright position, this is about walking away from something that no longer emotionally serves us. So we've got the figure there walking away, leaving the 8 cups behind. Okay, they're walking off, they're disconnecting. It's in the reverse position. They were still holding on emotionally, or they were keeping you dangling emotionally. Overall outcome card. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Wands fire action, Queen's feminine energy. Okay. Right, so the Queen of Wands in the upright position is in her feminine power. She knows her worth and value, she doesn't chase, she attracts. You want this, come and get it, but you turn it right. No pages, no knights, only an upright king's off will do. Reverse position is what we call toxic feminine energy. And it's when we back down, roll over, let other people get what they want. Okay. Obstacles or blockages. King of Wands in the reverse. Now this is obviously advice for you, because I'm not reading for them. So you were definitely in a connection with person A because we got the King and the Queen of Wands there. King of Wands in the reverse position is what we call toxic masculine energy. Now that can range from someone or something that doesn't want to change up to the nasty stuff. Anger, aggression, oppression, suppression, abuse, lust, power, greed. That kind of manipulative, coercive behaviour from this person was keeping you a bit trapped. Okay, removing any blockages. Strength card. Okay, it was about finding your inner strength. So with this spread here, what it feels like is that they saw and understood that I kind of want to use the phrase that the game was up, because I feel like this person was a toxic masculine from day dot. You kept coming in with going, come on, maybe it can work, and they were like, no, refusal, refusal, refusal. They had some other opportunities coming in. Now it might be person B, or it could be other opportunities, work opportunities and stuff like that. Now, they understood that this cycle was done. They understood, they weren't trying to hold on to it, right? But they refused to let go emotionally because I think that they wanted to brand you as some kind of nasty, toxic person. You might have been in your toxic femininity, which is about backing down, rolling over, etc., as I say. But I think that they were trying to, because the Queen of Wands can be a bit of a witch, you know, a bit of a nasty bish. And I think that's what they were trying to brand you as. Right, so let's go on to person B. Now, is this somebody else who was in your energy at the time? Or was this somebody that person A, either your partner or your ex-partner, had coming in the 8 of Wands energy? We shall find out. Right, very full. Very, very full. Right, okay, so we've got judgment card, so it talks about either internal or external judgment. I feel it's internal judgment, and I feel like this person started to judge themselves better. I think person A was in something with person B on the side. That's where my mind's automatically gone. They started to judge themselves worthy of more than being somebody's side piece, basically. We then got the Hierophant in the reverse. So the Hierophant's one of the divine masculines, is divine masculine on a more spiritual based level. Now it relates to my star sign of Taurus, sticking some kind of tradition. And that's what I'm going for. They realised they needed to break away from this. They realised that this wasn't very healthy. 8 of Cups in the reverse. So they've got it too. They weren't emotionally disconnecting though. Like I say, I could be wrong. I'm only going off 3 cards here. Right, so let's continue. Knight of Wands in the reverse. So knights don't have the knowledge or experience of the kings and the queens, more so than the pages, but they're more about forward motion. Now this knight's rushing in to take action. It's in the reverse position. Okay, I feel like this was person A not coming forwards. Okay, they were expecting them to come on, and that's why to come forwards, and this is why they were kind of waiting on emotionally. Ace of Pentacles. Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this is about going long term. What am I doing with my time? Where am I investing myself now? Overall outcome card. Five of Swords in the reverse. Swords there where we think, words we use. So they're the person in the foreground, two figures that have laid their swords down walking away. It generally talks about difference of idea, direction, opinion, etc., and who's going to come out on top. It's in the reverse position. I think that they backed down to themselves about what this connection was. Okay, obstacles or blockages. Ace of Wands, Wands fire action. So again, I don't think this would be advice for you, because obviously you might not know who this person is. Right, so Ace of Wands is about going, right, long term, what am I doing? Where am I going? Okay. So not reassessing what they want long term, which is to not be somebody's side piece by the looks of this. Removing any blockages. King of Wands in the reverse position. They saw this person as they were. As time went on, they realised, hang on, this person's a toxic masculine. Yeah. So I feel like I say, this is kind of clarity for you, that either this ex or your current partner. I know we've got no kind of Two of Cups or many other characters here, but I feel that this ex or current partner did have somebody else in the background. They kind of snapped out of it when they started to judge themselves worthy of more. There was a bit of a delay waiting in case person A came back and they didn't. So they went, right, what am I investing in now? I need to drop this. Okay. So yeah, that's where I'm going so far. So let's go on to the present spread. So the third party this time might be somebody different. Okay. So let's just get these back together and we'll start again. So present spreads, some of this will have recently happened, some will be in play now, some might be coming about a week or so. It's always going into the past. Let's give another knock and a shuffle. Right, so back to you. What's going on for you right now? Right, okay, so we start off with the Hermit card. So the Hermit in the upright for me is a positive card. It talks about periods of withdrawal and reflection. What's gone right, what's gone wrong, what direction we're going in next. You'll also notice the Hermit shining a lamp. So it talks about what I call going into the dark side, shining a light on the demons, the trauma, the situation, coming out the other side stronger. What that Hermit situation is going to do is activate the Death card in the reverse. So Death card, fixed card, rebirth. It's about shedding old skin, cutting something off, right? So upright position, I normally find something happens out of our control, but it allows us to do that. Reverse position, you're being asked to do a self-imposed death card, kill something off. Now it can indicate resistance as well, so it's kind of either or. I'm hoping, because it's come after the Hermit, that you've done some kind of self-activated death card. Three of Swords. Swords are where we think, words we use. We call this the heartbreak card for obvious reasons, although it's the heartbreak card as I just mentioned there. It's the way we think about things. So it's possible that you're still kind of carrying some wounds from this, and three, excuse me, can indicate third party situation. Let's continue. Right, Eight of Cups, Cups, water, emotions. So again, you're the figure there walking away, leaving the 8 cups behind. So you're starting to disconnect from either this current or past relationship with person A. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so we call this guy the banker. He's the investment card of the investment suit. So it can indicate investing in yourself. The other way I can go, we'll just cover it just in case. He's got the pentacle over his heart chakra there. So it can sometimes talk to me about closing off that heart chakra. Overall outcome card. Star card, right? So you're refocused on your star card, whatever. You're chasing your dreams again. Okay. Obstacles or blockages. Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So yeah, obstacle or blockage in the present is feeling if you don't getting into an energy of feeling like you don't have the fight in you. Okay. Removing any blockages. Ten of Pentacles. Ten's completion cards. We call this the retirement card because it's coins. So when we put a lot of effort in something, we get to enjoy the fruits of our labour. The other way we can go, again, it's going to be too hard to see, but if you see the dogs down the bottom and work your way up, there's people behind the castle walls. Because they're behind the castle walls, they feel safe and secure. I feel it's a bit of both, so I feel like to remove any of those kind of I give up on the fight, I want to say that your abundance, potentially financially, is coming. Number 2, you're in a safe place now. I don't think you're with this person anymore. I think some of what they've done to you has remained wounded, and this is the clarification that you need that yes, they were kind of seeing somebody else at the time. So let's go on to person A, person A. Like I say, I'm going to assume it's person B, the third spread, but you know, like I say, if they've kind of found their worth and fucked off, then it might be someone or something else. Don't forget with third party dynamics, it doesn't always have to be love, it could be an interfering friend or family member, you know, classic ones, you know, the interfering mother-in-law. Right. Interesting. Right, so we start off with the Hermit with them as well, so they're doing some reflection. We've then got Knight of Cups, Cups water emotions, Knights forward motion. So this Knight's coming forward and offering the cup. Now, I'm not sure if I don't think it's them coming towards you with some kind of half-arsed offer. I feel it's either them starting to go, right, I'm going to start pushing forward to what's going to make me happy, or they're receiving a Knight's offer, okay? 7 of Pentacles, so they're the person in the garden, they're looking over the fruits or flowers. Not ready for harvest yet, needs to get to 10. Upright positions, going in the right direction, okay? Not where they want to be yet, but going in the right direction. Judgment. Okay, so internal or external judgment. I'm going to have to say at the moment, judging themselves worthy of more. Death card in the reverse for them. So they're doing some kind of self-imposed death card situation, or they're resisting it. Overall outcome card. 2 of Pentacles. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. Right, so one of 3 ways we can go with this. The first way, which I'm kind of ruling out, is things being a bit chaotic, but they'll get through it. Way 2 is about having options and choices moving forwards. Way 3 is infinity loop, karmic cycle. Right. I'm wondering if they're entertaining a Knight. I'm wondering if this is some kind of karma for them. And that the Hermit could be an actual, like, they've gone into Hermit mode. They've received some offer, and they're kind of like, well, you know, I had other things going off, but, you know, maybe. They've started to get strung along a little bit, and they're starting to judge themselves worthy of more. However, they're being asked to cut it off, and they're not. They're keeping themselves in a 2 of Pentacles energy. Obstacles or blockages. Ace of Wands. So reassessing long term. Who am I? What am I? Where am I going? What do I want? Removing any blockages. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Right, so I'm going to say this is advice for you. So not reassessing what you want. Queen of Pentacles in the upright is kind, caring, loving, devoted. It's cradling the pentacle like a baby. Okay, now they're good qualities, don't get me wrong, but they can indicate nurturing bad behaviours. Reverse position about pulling that energy back. Now, I feel like you're out of this, and I feel like you're just asking, looking for some clarity. What I kind of want to say with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse there is, you need to release the energy of this person, and that's what you're doing, but at the same time, you don't have to forgive them if you don't want to, or not yet at least. Right, so let's go into person B. Like I say, it could be the same person as earlier, it could be somebody new at this this stage. We'll see. Because I've got this funny feeling that this is about some ex getting their karma, to be honest with you. Because I've got a funny feeling that Knight of Cups is somebody else. It's certainly not you. Right, let's see. Yep. Right, Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, not financial wealth. So again, Knight's forward motion. I feel like this is either the person from earlier, and they've heard that you've split up, so they're coming back, or this is somebody new and they're coming in with Knight's offers. Now, when you're in your power and you know your worth and value, you're a king or a queen. Kings and queens do not accept offers from Knights or pages. They're not good enough. This person, your ex, I'm assuming, is being duped by this. Six of Swords in the reverse. So this is about going in a new direction, going on to calmer waters. Now in the upright position there is some sorrow attached to it. Reverse position, it's sod this, sod that, sod them, I'm off, I'm out of here. Not sure why that's there. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So we call this guy the apprentice. So they're the person on the bench banging away at the pentacles. They know they're not a master of their skill yet, but they're happy to go through that process. Reverse position, grinding away, getting frustrated. Let's continue. Nine of Cups in the reverse, Cups, water, emotions. Okay, so nine's reflection card. So in the upright position, this is when we look back and we go, do you know what? I turned up, I showed up, I brought my cup to the party, I brought the emotion. If they can't see that, fuck them sideways, they can watch me rise. It's in the reverse position, hanging on in the hope that things might change. King of Swords. Swords there where we think words we use, King's masculine energy. Now, the King of Swords is how I describe my reading style. Blunt, direct, to the point, here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Somebody who's not going to mince their words. I feel that that's somebody else completely who's giving this other person a bit of a talking to, a bit of a bollocking. You can do better than this, why are you waiting around, blah, blah, blah. Overall outcome card. Page of Wands in the reverse. Wands fire action, Page is more youthful energy. So this page is about getting out there, trying things, giving it a go. Now, I suspect, I'm going to reassess those Knights in a second. I suspect that this is your ex and they're playing this other person, okay? So, before I get the advice cards, let's just reassess this. So I think that your ex has been in a bit of kind of dormancy. They've been kind of hiding out of the way. And I think that they've gone towards this new person. I don't think it's the person before, I could be wrong, with some kind of offer, some kind of Knight's offer. This person has kind of thrown caution to the wind, and they're starting to get frustrated with it, but they're going, yeah, but maybe they can change, maybe I have to give it a bit longer. Meanwhile, the ex is probably a bit of a narcissist, is going, I'm worth more than this, I'm better than this. And what they should do is they should cut this connection off. They're not coming forwards in the Page of Wands, and they're keeping this karmic connection going. They've got somebody else, so in the rear going, nah, cut it off, kill it. This person's not, run. Obstacles or blockages. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Obviously, you know, I can't give them advice, but they need to accept this person's not going to really ever come forwards. It's a game. Removing any blockages. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Nine's reflection cards. So this is similar to the Nine of Cups. They need to accept that in this situation they've done and given everything that they can do. I don't think it's a connection that's lasted very long. I mean, like I say, it could be this person from spread one, and the ex has gone towards them and they're kind of stuck back in this other energy. I don't know, but if not, it's a new person that they're playing with. Okay, you're perfectly fine because you're heading towards your star card. So let's go on to spread 3, final spread, future spread. So this is going to be based within the next 6 months. So let's just get these back together and out of the way. I'm going to the final spread. Right. Excuse me. Right, so you start off with the Sun card. Sun card, fixed card, most positive card in the deck. It means the birth of something new. Now, I'm not saying imminently you're going to get all of that, but you've done enough to activate it. You're going onto a brilliant, beautiful life. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm going to go infinity loop here and say that by getting the clarity, probably from this reading, that's going to help you to actually break this karmic cycle. So if you've had questions and doubts, this is going to be enough to break it. Five of Cups in the reverse. So you're the figure in black. You're in black because you're mourning or grieving the 3 cups that have fallen over. There's 2 that fall behind him. Upright position is stuck in grieving mode. Reverse position, as I always say, it's okay to be angry, sad, pissed off, annoyed. Somebody's not there anymore. Somebody's fucked you about. Something's gone wrong. But realise there will be better times ahead. Now, I did a reading back in Sheffield, a good few months back now. And it was a love reading, and they were saying, oh, you know, they were narcissists, I don't want them back, they're completely gone. And what the cards indicated was that, you know, they didn't want this person back. They were going to be going on to better things. But they were avoiding the grieving process. So when you've been dealing with a narcissist, for example, for you, it was, it was your dream. You know, you were together, you built this idea of future together, and it was real. The situation, the love was real. To them, it was just a big ruse. It's okay to feel sad that you miss the times you had, despite that person not being who they said they were, because for you at that moment in time, at that moment in history, it was real. So it's okay to mourn and grieve it, okay? Let's continue. Right, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So we've got the 2 homeless figures here trudging through the snow, okay? Feeling left out in the cold. Right, now the Pentacles are in the stained glass window of the church there. The idea is they lift their head above the situation, see what help and support's there. You're going to start doing that, okay? And what that's going to reveal, I don't want to say help and support as in like you're in desperation or need or anything along those lines. I feel it's a little bit like you might have been going through a bit of a kind of barren period when it comes to finding love again. Probably because you've been a little bit too obsessed or focused on what could have been in this connection, or was there anything going off, etc, etc. Now by starting to come out of that, that's going to activate a King of Cups. Cups, water emotions, King's masculine energy. King of Cups is very emotional and supportive. Overall outcome card. The Magician in the reverse. So the Magician in the upright position is the manifestation card. Very positive, powerful card. Reverse position, for me it's normally when it's something that you can't manifest. Okay, so it's not something that you can bring in. Now I'll tell you where I'm going in a second with this. Obstacles or blockages. 2 of Cups. Cups, water emotions. My favourite card. I'm a Taurus sign ruled by Venus. I love love. This Divine Counterparts card. They're getting married. I suppose the obstacle or blockage here would be looking back on this previous connection and thinking that person was your one, because clearly they weren't. Removing any blockages. Strength in the reverse. Okay, so because this is a removing any blockages card, we're obviously not talking about strength here. We're talking about releasing some pride. Okay. Accepting that you were duped, accepting that you thought this person was your person at one point and they weren't. So for you, you're activating the Sun card, okay, most positive card in the deck. You're breaking this karmic tie. You're starting to realise there will be better times ahead. And although you felt a little bit left out in the cold when it comes to your love life, I feel like you've got a King of Cups coming in, okay? Now, you didn't manifest this person in, okay? So if they look a bit different to what you were expecting, or they're coming in a certain energy, don't then question it, okay? Give it a go, okay? So let's go on to person B. A, sorry, I'm doing that. It's because it's spread too, really, you know. Right, so like I said, I'm assuming this is the X. So what's going to happen for them? Right, so we start off with the Chariot card. Right, so what they're being advised to do here, because the Chariot card talks about either the energy around us or questions of should I do it, is the time right? And I feel is the time right, should I do it? And I feel it's in regard to ending this connection with person B. I don't think they're going to listen though, because 9 of Wands in the reverse, 9 reflection cards. Upright position, we call this guy the Wounded Warrior. It's going to be too hard to see, but he's got a bandage on his head, one on each arm. This guy's been through the ringer and he's looking back and he's going, do you know what, I might be beaten, bloodied, battered and bruised, however I'm still standing. And it's in those moments, that's how we step into our power. Reverse position, feeling defeated. I might have to go left field with that. Lovers in the reverse. So the Lovers in the upright position is a beautiful, positive, powerful card, don't get me wrong. Now, when we're doing love readings, people often want to see the Lovers card. And as I always say, I don't mind seeing the Lovers card, it's okay, but because we've got the naked Adam and Eve figure there, it can indicate a lust-based connection. Now it's in the reverse position, fallout, friction, separation, okay? Right, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to have to go for people behind the castle walls feeling secure. 8 of Swords. Lady bound, blindfolded. Hands behind her back, she doesn't want to see the situation as it really is. Overall outcome card. 2 of Wands. So 2 of Wands is about making a plan moving forward. We've got the chap there, globe in the hand, surveying the scenery. He knows what he wants, is now making a plan about to get there. Obstacles or blockages. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune for me talks about either the energy around us or the way we're thinking about things. Again, I'm going to say this is advice for you. When the Wheel of Fortune's in the reverse position, it's when we get frustrated and go, oh my God, nothing's ever working out for me, da 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 da. And then we're negatively manifesting. We're putting out to the universe what we don't want and what's going wrong, etc, etc. Removing any blockages. 4 of Swords in the reverse. Right, so I'm going to go for my more left field version of this card. Mentally being too horizontal, reverse position, taking that mental action to make a change. Right, so I'm going to wait for the final spread just to decide where I'm going with this, with person A, the X. Alright, let's have a look. Because I do feel like the universe, for right or wrong, even if this person's a baddie, the universe is going to, you know, they still have choices, they're still autonomous human beings, and I think that they're being given an option, do you want to get out of it? And I don't think they're going to do it, right? Where I was kind of going with that 9 of Wands, I felt a little bit like feeling sorry for themselves or putting on a poor me act, and I think that's just been backed up by the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Right, so for person B, who I'm assuming is seeing your ex now, 3 of Pentacles. So this is a collaboration card. So we've got 3 characters here. I call them the landowner, the builder and the architect. So they're all working together to build this beautiful cathedral. Different roles, different skill sets, same long-term vision. So they're merrily going, oh yeah, we're working towards this, we're dreaming of, you know, we're building a future together. They then put on this poor me, something's gone wrong, da 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 da. Knight of Cups in the reverse, they're then not going to come forwards. 4 of Swords in the reverse for person B. Okay, it's either that they're taking that mental shift and change what you're being asked to do, or because in the upright it can talk about periods of rest. It can talk for me about when we start distracting ourselves with things, finding everything and anything to do other than face the issue at hand, which is falling on the Lovers in the reverse. Right, 7 of Wands in the reverse. So upright position is about standing them standing their ground. Okay, reverse position, backing down. Now, this card for me can also talk about being the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me card. I think they're going to let them back in because that's falling in the same position as the 10 of Pentacles. I think they're going to be laying it on thick. You know, I've got a good job, I can care for you, I can provide for you, da 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 da. And that's not going to give this person the justice they deserve. Justice in reverse. Overall outcome card. 7 of Swords in the reverse. So, upright position, sneaky deceptive behaviour going off in the background, he's stealing the swords, he's looking behind him, he's worried about getting caught out. Reverse position, that's going to come to light. Now, I feel like this is going to come to light because they're going to get caught making plans, either with somebody new or going in a new direction without this person. I feel like the Eight of Swords, I don't think it's the ex that's not seeing the situation as it really is. I feel it's that they're seeing their new person as being completely under control, bound and blindfolded. Obstacles or blockages. Three of Swords. Okay, so the obstacle or blockage for this person is that they're carrying wounds. Now, ironically, because I think this person's a bit of a this ex of yours is a bit of a narcissist character. I think that they've with this person's head and broken their heart a few times since you've exited stage left. Removing any blockages. Five of Cups. Okay, mourning or grieving. This person needs to accept that that's all they're gonna end up in. So yeah, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I think you're gonna be a little bit twitchy in regards to this new person coming in. And you're going to be questioning it. Yeah, but this isn't. You know, they're not exactly the exact match that I manifested. It doesn't work like that. The ex is still up to sneaky deceptive behaviour. This poor bastard's already been dragged into it. I mean, obviously that's kind of none of your business. There's nothing you can do there. You've got to focus on what you're doing. Yeah, what will happen from there? Who knows? Now, something that I often get asked is that why is such and such not getting their karma? They were horrible to me, and sometimes they've done horrific things. Why are they not getting their karma? Well, the problem with particular baddies is that if they receive their karma early on, ironically, it can fuel them because they go, oh, I did this horrible thing and I got a bit of a slap in the wrist, but you know, it's worth it long term. And it makes them start believing in themselves. So when we're dealing with a particularly nasty one, Source does let them rack it up and rack it up and rack it up. And the best way I can describe it, it's a bit like an old cartoon with the grand piano being hoisted up and then snapping and being dropped on Wile E. Coyote or Daffy Duck. And it's because they need flattening. Now, it kind of feels a little bit like with that reading there when it comes to the ex. I think that the new person was supposed to give them their karma, but they didn't. They got played because they're dealing with somebody who has narcissistic tendencies, and to be quite frank, is probably quite an intelligent person. All narcissists are. Yeah, but karma will come for them, and this second person, they are going to start seeing the sneaky deceptive behaviour come to light, because I think that they're going to catch this person out making plans either to run off with somebody else or just go in a new direction. So have faith and belief that they will get their karma eventually. In the meantime, your job is to focus on this new life coming forwards. You've got the Sun card there and you've got a King of Cups coming in. Now, as I say, just because you have this idea, or even worse, a type, and they might not match that type that you have in your mind, well, types are generally a bad thing in relationships, because to have a type, it means that you need to repeatedly go for the same person or type of person, and clearly that doesn't work. So do think about reassessing it. So there you go. That's your extended you, them and them reading. If you want a private reading, go to the link on socials, Stan Store, same day guaranteed, available, recorded, or you can book phone or video chat there. Good luck. Ta-ta for now.